Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Stephanie, and today we're going to be reviewing the After movie. I'm just going to say right now, we're going to talk spoilers. We're going to for sure talk spoilers here. I know, spoiler alert. Okay, I'm just going to jump through this because it's just, I mean, this is going to be like the longest video. Like always, let's go ahead and get on with the little facts first. It's directed by Jenny Gage. It is based on the After book by Anna Todd. It stars Josephine Langford and Hero Finis Tiffin. I hope I got that right. Produced by Voltage Pictures. It came out on Friday, April the 12th. It is 106 minutes long. So After is based on a book by Anna Todd, like I had previously said. Sorry, it's actually a 4-part like series. I'm on book 3 right now. I'm so disappointed in this movie, you guys. I was so looking forward to this. I was just like, yes. And I actually just heard about this book last year when they were making it, because I follow Iana Sarkins, who plays Molly in the film, and she would post on her Instagram. You know, at one point she mentioned it was a book, and I'm like, okay, let's check this book out. And it was actually really good. I'm kind of hoping that it kind of has the same deal as Twilight. The first book, I mean the first movie was, you know, very low budget, still got to do all its books. So, and honestly, I really didn't think they were even gonna make any more after the first movie. So hopefully this kind of goes around with that whole situation and we still get the rest. Even though I'm disappointed, but I still would like to see it come out and still be disappointed, I guess. I don't know, because, you know, you're always disappointed with the movie and the book. I do gotta say though, in my personal opinion, if you have not read or listened, whatever it is that you do, to the book itself, I honestly do not recommend you go see this movie at all. Because if you didn't, I mean, if you didn't read the book, I feel like you're gonna be completely lost in the movie, like completely, because they jumped through storylines so quickly. It's their twisted love story between these two, because they're just, it's something, all right, you guys. Hardin is the bad boy in the story, like straight up tattoos, piercings, and everything. Tessa, she's like Miss Goody Two Shoes. She has her perfect little boyfriend who basically her mom more so pushed her toward, you know, to be with, which his name is Noah. I mean, Tessa's mom just ultimately just molded her to be the person that she wants her to be, who she thinks she should be. Girl that's very proper, that was raised by, she was raised by a single mom, and well, they were both raised by single parents. Their dads walk out on them. That's what they have similar. Okay, the whole movie seemed rushed. Okay, it seemed rushed. They left out a lot of detail that was very important. They actually ended up putting stuff that wasn't even in the book in this, like a good amount of stuff that was not in the book. And I felt that that was so definitely unnecessary to have that, because I wasn't part of it. Like, they went on dates. They went on a couple dates in this book. And for those people that actually read the book are going to be like, wait, what? Dates? What? And for those who not, you see what I'm going with this? You're not going to understand it. These Hardin and Tessa do not go on dates. Okay, they don't. Go ahead and go with the differences. In the book, when Tessa gets into the room, it's, you know, that's where they actually first meet Hardin. And they all meet Hardin, which is the mom, Tessa, and Noah. And the mom, of course, like freaks out. The mom is played by Selma Blair. In the movie, they actually didn't meet. Damn, I already forgot. Where did they meet? Until later, like until they went to a party. Actually, was it a party? I think it was a party, I forgot. Look, you guys, Tristan is a boy. In the movie, they made her into a girl. And I'm not being like sexist, or I'm not being like homophobe or anything. No. For those of you who never read the book, you don't understand. But for those who've read it, you're probably like, wait, what? Yes. It doesn't make sense, because as you go further on into the story, with book 3 actually, which is where I'm at right now, full on spoilers, it doesn't make sense because like you end up finding out that Steph is obsessed, secretly obsessed with Hardin. So like, how is that gonna kind of play out now? Like, so is she maybe like bi? You know, in the book, Steph and Tessa had a lot of like little conversations about Hardin. Steph like mentioned to her how she fooled around with him at one point, but like means nothing to her. So, you know, this wasn't even mentioned. They hardly even really spend any time in the dorm room. Like little things, you guys, oh my god, they just left out so much. But the thing that really kind of like threw me off were the dates. They were like, they went to the aquarium, they had a date at the library, they had like some little romantic thing. They don't do that, you guys. They don't do dates, because it was in book 2 when one of, I don't know what number times they broke up, that Hardin is like, you know what, I've never actually taken on you on a proper date, let's go on a date. And they go to dinner and then they go ice skating, and that was just like a big moment, I feel like, in their relationship, because they never officially dated. The relationship basically is like they love each other and they're all over each other like that long. Something happens, Hardin gets pissed off, Tessa runs away, they break up. Then they're like, then Hardin comes and is like, Tessa, I'm sorry, this and that, and apologizes. Tessa takes him back, they're lovey-dovey again. That's literally what they do throughout the whole series. Here in the movie, they were always together. They never fought once. Their whole relationship is so toxic throughout the whole series. They never fought until they're towards the end. Oh, and let me tell y'all, I'll get to that. Okay, like this is the part that kind of got to me. When they were at the lake, when Hardin first takes her to the lake, you know, to try to like win her over or whatever. You know, when they get out of the lake, remember that Hardin ends up touching Tessa for the first time. The movie, which was like a big thing for her because, you know, she's never been touched. Oh yeah, sorry, she's a virgin. Okay, she's never been touched. He touches her. She wants to go further and do more, but he's like, no, right? That's it. Okay, so in the movie, he just kind of makes it basically right above her pelvic bone and was like, wait, you've never been touched? She's all like, no. And then that's kind of like it. And then they kiss, but that's it. Like later on when they go out to eat, when the friends come around, and then, you know, of course the whole like, is you embarrassed to be with me or not? And then this was like kind of like their first fight. You guys remember from the book where it's like, well, what are we? You know, I haven't told no one, this is it. And he's like, well, I'm not in a relationship. You know, she freaks out and she's like, wait, what, really? You know, and it makes more sense the way that she freaks out. So in the movie, it still happens, but it's like, why? I mean, and like I said, they do kiss, but I felt like she still was trying to do those same feelings that book Tessa had. When you only had a kiss, I mean, regardless, but it's like, I felt like it was more emotion than it should have been for just a kiss over book Tessa. Okay, so remember they end up like fooling, or like actually having sex for the first time. I think it was in her dorm room. That's where the whole bloody sheets deal comes around, which they don't even mention in the book. I mean, in the movie, you guys, the whole bloody sheet situation, and I'll get to that later. But in the movie, when you're like, oh, okay, this is where they're finally gonna have sex for the first time, well, the mom walks in. I don't remember the mom walking in on them, almost fooling around. And it might have happened, but I really don't recall. It goes to that where she walks in on them, and it's like, oh, if I walk out, you're cut off. You know, so much kind of happens in between. In the book, you know, he had met, Tessa had met Hardin's dad and Karen way beforehand. But in the movie, they didn't meet till the wedding, which was weird because, you know, if you guys remember, they had met prior. Tessa was able to convince Hardin to go to the wedding. You never, you know, you don't get the sense of Hardin disliking the dad. You know, so that's like a big deal because you know that Hardin hates his dad. So it was like a big deal for him to be there. You kind of see him going to the wedding. He has like this sourpuss face, but for people who don't know, you don't know, why does he have this thing? The wedding is actually where Hardin ends up telling Tessa about the whole his whole mom situation, about what happened when he was little. They never mentioned the nightmares. Okay, so you know that's a big deal. What's up with that? So the movie does not end the way that the book ends. It's kind of like they ended it. The part that happened in the book, they kind of put it. It's like it's here, and then like maybe 30 minutes later, the movie ended. The book, they're through one of their fights or whatever, and Tessa, I don't recall exactly everything, little detail, but I, you know, what I'm able to, and if I'm completely incorrect in some of the deets, let me know in the comments below. What I recall was that they were in a fight, like always, and Hardin left the apartment. Tessa was there. She went to go to this diner to go eat. She was there, she was ordering. Then this when all of Hardin's friends kind of ended up showing up, right? And they all sat in the booth. They were all in a booth. And then next you know, Hardin comes in with Molly. I feel like that's the same day. Hopefully it's not another one. Lies, that is another one. That because, oh yeah, see, that's the thing, because remember they hated each other, and Hardin would try to make Tessa jealous after that whole I'm not dating and kind of show up with Molly. That didn't happen, because I think that's when one of the times when they were eating, and you know, after the whole ketchup situation. Y'all know the ketchup situation, you guys. That didn't happen in the book. She mentions, you know, originally when she doesn't like it, she was actually on a date with Zed. She never went on a date with Zed. Zed you only saw a few times, because I think that's when everybody comes around. And you know, Hardin's over there somewhere, and she's like looking at the hamburger like because she doesn't like ketchup, and Hardin is the one that speaks up for her and tells the waitress, hey, she doesn't like ketchup, you know. So go back to that thing, but I think she was in a diner, wasn't she? Because I'm getting my stuff mixed up. All kind of like there, because remember, so they're all there when they're trying to, Molly's being the little bitch as she is, and it's like, just stop telling, you know, tell her, you know, like, yeah, sweetie, like this was all like, you know, they totally kind of like, she's all that her, and the fact that everything was a bet, you know. So in the movie they kind of showed her this video where Hardin was like, yeah, that it was his idea, but I think it was somebody else's idea, and he was like, yeah, I can make it happen kind of deal. Because it was more so because it was supposed to be a bet between Zed and Hardin, see who can get the girl first, which is why Zed was on that date prior with the whole ketchup situation, right? But in that whole ordeal is when Hardin professes his love for the first time to Tessa. Tessa ends up like leaving the restaurant, and as she's leaving, when Zed pulled up, she got into the car with Zed and was like, tell me everything, and then that's how it ends. Movie, you know, that doesn't even happen. I think Zed was already even there in the restaurant. Movie, that's not even how it ends, you guys, because in the movie, you know, they're going outside. He never even told her that he loved her in the movie at that point. He like wrote it on her back. That never even happened in the book. The diner, they say something, she starts walking off into, I mean, it's so like dramatic, romantic movie ordeal. She takes off running into the rain, you know, and he stays behind. So then it kind of goes where time passes by and they're separated, and it's the end of the semester or whatever. English teacher tells Tessa, well, this is a paper that Hardin wrote, and I feel like it was more for you than it was for me, for the class, you know. Gives her the assignment, she reads it and everything. It's English class, so he's talking about Heathcliff and Mr. Darcy and how he found his Elizabeth, and like towards the end there, she goes back to the lake, goes there, she's just there like sitting on the edge of the dock. You see him kind of like walking behind her, and it's like, you know, you once asked me, who do I love the most in the world, right? He sits down and then, you know, it says, it's you. Like, you know, I think he said it's you or I love you the most. Either way it goes, that's kind of where he professed his love for her. And then they kind of look at each other. You're both sitting by the dock. They just look like this. And then in my head I went, that better not be how it ends. And then it fades to black and it ends. I'm like, motherfucker. It doesn't even happen in the book. I feel like the way that movie ended it, I guess I kind of get it, which is what Eddie said to me, my sister. We went together because I got her into the series. she finished it before me, but she said maybe they did it that way and not in it the original way in case it doesn't get picked up or they don't make the other 3 parts to the movie. And I'm like, okay, that kind of makes sense, because the way that this ends in movie version, it could kind of go both ways of not really needing a second part. It doesn't really give you that, oh my god, what's going to happen next kind of deal. Unlike book after, where she finds out about the bed. Oh, the bed. Okay. Oh, by the way, about the bloody sheets. Okay. Never even mentioned in the movie. Okay. And they don't actually officially end up sleeping together till after they're moved in together. I think it's actually after the wedding, I believe it was, that when they first slept together. Remember, book, the bad deal was bring the bloody sheets. Movie never even mentions anything about bloody sheets. The way that they portrayed the bed in the movie, because over here she's hurt in the book because not only was I a bed, but you need to bring my bloody sheets for proof that you de-virginized me, right? Okay. Movie was, I'm heartbroken and I'm sad because you she's-all at me with the bet, but the bet over here was more so of I can make her fall in love with me and then just turn off and like break her heart. The only similarity between the both is that it was a bet. It was more fucked up over here, but I mean, still, they don't even do the frat parties. I think she went to at least 2 frat parties there. She never even stayed the night at the frat house, because I know she stayed the night at the frat house a couple times. I'm telling you, it just kind of like jump, and it was more of a happy relationship between Hardin and Tessa. When, if you truly know their story, they are not a happily ever after kind of couple. They're a very toxic couple. I mean, Hardin is pretty like stalkerish. You don't really get that in the movie. He is full on stalker, crazy, obsessive with Tessa. You don't really get that part from the movie. Oh, here's another thing, Hardin. Okay, you know, they always said that he was covered in tattoos. He had tattoos in the movie, but I don't feel like he had as many. Another thing which I didn't actually notice, it was Eddie who noticed, but I was like, I knew something was missing from him, was that Hardin did not have piercings. Remember, he's all tatted up and all pierced up. The one ring that he should have definitely had should have been the lip ring, you guys. I mean, you got, again, if you read the book, you'll understand. But ultimately, the lip ring was Tessa's favorite ring. I get it, you guys. The movie is never as good as the book. But I don't think, I mean, I really don't do a lot of like book movies. Usually what I do, I end up seeing the movie first for the same reason, because I don't want to be disappointed. I kept telling my sister, I'm like, okay, all these like non-existent dates that they decided to put in this movie should have been non-existing, because that could have been where they put in these very important details that should have been in the movie. I mean, I'm just saying, don't go watch it. Don't watch it. Don't even waste your $1 at the dollar movie for it. If you want to watch it, wait for it to come out on like TV. I will continue my Hardin Anna. Anna, not Anna. Going into 50 Shades now. No, I will keep Hardin and Tessa, just my little movie in my head, because that was better. I recommend for you to read the book, listen to the book like I do, because I freaking love audiobooks. And I guess that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this more detailed, because I know the way that the movie was like all over the place, kind of, it's a definition of who I am, all over the place, because I know I was all over the place with this review too, but the movie was all over the place also. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you have not yet, so please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell right next to it. That way you'll be notified each time I post a video. And until next time, I'll see you at concessions.